You know, there's not a lot of traffic out there, not a lot of people going to work, but we're here for you. Ike, how you feeling?
Doing pretty good, Brother Spike. Good Memorial Day weekend. It's over with. I'm ready to get back to work. OTA started today. Jackie Baseball, last I heard. 2 out of 3 over the weekend. And Sacktown? How the hell did Sacramento get a baseball team?
Well, they didn't.
Either way, we take 2 out of 3 out there. Phillies, 9 out of 10. Pretty good. Holla at your boy.
Good weekend. Good weekend. A little rainy. A little too rainy. And I tell you what, didn't expect to be wearing the hoodie until late May.
I agree. I'm a little irritated by this.
Really? I kind of liked it over the weekend.
Nah, it's just like...
It was sunny and with a little bit of cool, like it's cool at night.
Yeah, a little too cool.
Oh,
yeah.
come on.
Like low 70s, fine. It was a little too much 50s this weekend.
Yeah. Wow. I literally had to go back into the fall closet.
Yeah, I like it. Well, I only got one closet. It's got T-shirts and jeans in it. All my closet's the same, man. There's nothing that pops out for the winter. It's the same. Same hoodies, same T-shirts. I hear what you're saying. You have a different...
I'd already put up all the fall stuff, man. I was out to shirts and shorts, man.
You could watch the video of this show at any time during the year, and based on my wardrobe, you wouldn't be able to discern when it is. Yeah. It is a big show today. Elliot joins us at 3 o'clock for Tuesdays with Elliot. As Ike mentioned, OTAs begin today. Elliot can't watch until tomorrow, but he will be down there, I assume, today. And, you know, we are, and as, you know, Ike mentioned, Phil's take 2 of 3, and they start I believe, a big series with the Braves tonight.
Yes.
Braves look like their entire season was going to crater. It has not happened. Acuna's back, so they are...
2 games under 500, 8.5 back. Let's bury him.
I would love to bury him. Would love to bury him. But we start off, we are, not only is today the first day of this session of OTAs, but we are 100 days from the kickoff of the NFL season and the Eagles against the Cowboys. So to celebrate the 100 days to the Eagles, every day we're on the air, we're going to do another question about this upcoming Eagles season. I would say it would be 100 questions, but we're not going to be on 100 times. It's going to be a lie. I'm going to say it's 100 questions. I'm telling you right now, that is the only time that I'm telling you that's a lie.
Right, this is the only time that we're acknowledging that
it's a lie.
It's technically not 100 questions.
It's going to be like 60-some. It's more than enough questions about the 2025 Eagles.
Feel like 100.
Yes, and we're calling it Everyday Eagles. So we're making sure we're getting a question in. We're counting down the 100 days. We're calling it Everyday Eagles. So here is today's question, Ike.
As opposed to every other day, by the way.
Yeah, we don't talk about the Eagles normally. This is a very special thing that we're doing.
Or until we forget about this bit. But I don't think we're going to forget about this bit.
No, I'm not going to let us forget about it. Just another thing. Nah. It's a good thing. So late last week, and we talked about it briefly when we had the Chris Sims quote from Colin Cowherd about talking about this. Pro Football Focus put out their QB rankings and tiers for the 2025 season. So here are the tiers: elite, high-end starters, solid starters who have flashed high-end play, solid starters who need more help, and then young players with wide-range outcomes. So tier 1 is elite. Mm-hmm. There are 4 quarterbacks in this tier.
Here we go.
Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, in this order. Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Then the next tier, high-end starters. Number 5, so they have Jalen Hurts ranked as the 5th best quarterback in the NFL. There are 4 quarterbacks in this tier. Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, Matthew Stafford, Justin Herbert. So, Ike.
That's why I tell you that Herbert.
Yeah, I know. So Goff is in tier 3A,
right?
With Geno Smith and Brock Purdy, and then for what it's worth, tier 3B is Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield, C.J. Stroud, Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Jordan Love down in 3B, huh?
Dak Prescott is 17th, and
that's not right.
Yeah, it's so. Ike, I ask you,
yes,
is Jalen Hurts being ranked as the 5th best quarterback in the NFL? First one in tier 2, is that a fair ranking?
All right. So let me shift through this.
Yes.
All right, 5 I'm okay with. I don't think 5 is unfair. Right? I don't think 5 is an unfair ranking. I don't think it's outrageous. I don't think it's disrespectful. Could I have seen him ranked higher? Sure. I don't know Pro Football Focus, everything they put into this. I'm not sure how much winning is calculated into this.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe that's why Jalen isn't ranked a little bit higher. I would challenge Pro Football Focus in this stance. Before you go through all your analytics and your metrics and all that and come up with your quote-unquote elite 4 guys.
Yep.
Elite 4 guys.
And by the way, elite doesn't have to be 4. It can be whatever it is.
I agree. But
you know what I mean?
That's what they chose to make it. They chose to make elite 4. I got to fight to have my guy in there, man. I do. And I'm not going to be what's the word I'm looking for where is it obtuse? When you play dumb?
Obtuse is, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to act as if those 4 guys that they have ranked ahead of Jalen aren't the top quarterbacks in the league. I would agree with that. I agree with that. You got MVPs in there. You got Joe Burrow, who's played like an MVP for 2 or 3 years of his career already. So I get that. But what I'll always push back against and argue with is the winning aspect. And that's why I think Jalen measures up to those guys. Physically, maybe he doesn't in some aspects. I think he does some things better than others, but I understand why they view those 4 at that level. I would just have Jalen in that group as an elite quarterback. But having him in the top 5, I've been saying that all offseason. I think he's in the top 5. I think he's in that group with them.
All right, 215-592-9494. Is Jalen Hurts ranked 5th quarterback in the NFL? Fair, but first in Tier 2. I think it's absolutely fair. And I think this is the correct ranking. Now, I have some other problems with the list, right? Like I think Baker Mayfield's probably a little bit too low.
Here we go again.
I think Baker Mayfield's really good. I
like Baker.
And here's the thing. I'm looking at this high-end starters, and I'm going to take Jane Daniels and Justin Herbert and put them to the side for a second. But I'm going to look at Matthew Stafford in there. And to me, Jalen Hurts being in the same tier as Matthew Stafford seems like a fair ranking to me. Matthew Stafford is very accomplished, has put up a ton of numbers, has also won a Super Bowl, and has gotten better as, I would say the last 5 years of Matt Stafford, even if his numbers aren't quite as good as they were when they were with Detroit, probably show a little bit more. And I would not have Matthew Stafford in the elite category either. I think Jalen Hurts as the 5th best quarterback in the top of Tier 2 is absolutely fair. I think, as I've mentioned before, the 4 guys above him, whether you're deciding he is part of that group or not part of that group, I think those guys play at a different level than Jalen has played in his career, which is why I think the designation of elite and the separate group is accurate. So I wouldn't put him in that group, and I think being at the top of the next group, given what he's accomplished, given his consistency in winning over the years, giving him credit for all those things, putting him as the 5th best quarterback in the NFL seems fair to me. So, and I understand the tiers. Like, I understand keeping him out of that tier. Yep. 215, Jack.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you think 5th ranked quarterback in the NFL and top of Tier 2 is fair for Jalen Hurts?
Of course it's fair. I mean, those guys just do more for their team. It's pretty much as simple as that. Like, I know the Jalen winning thing, that's what we like to say. I totally get the argument. I get the argument, but I think that's mostly because...
I don't think you do.
No, I think I do. I think I do get the Jalen wins argument. I hear it all the time, so I understand it. But I think that also is more team-dependent than Jalen-dependent. It is! What do you want me to say? Like, we got to stop living in fantasy land. I'm sorry. At some point, we got to grow up and understand what we're watching here. Like, he's fine. He's good. You want to say he's top 5? Knock yourself out. But, like, those guys just do way more for their team. He didn't make the Pro Bowl last year. Like, they're the best team in football, and the quarterback didn't make the Pro Bowl. Seems impossible. So, like, he's fine, okay? It's the only time he's going to be in the top 5 for the rest of his career.
Oh, no.
And we can it's okay. For this year, it's perfectly fine. Congratulations. We have a top 5 quarterback.
All right, there it is. Is Pro Football Focus's rank of Jalen as the 5th best quarterback in the league and the 1st in the 2nd tier fair. We do have a next question today. You're not going to get a prize, but you are going to get to add to the conversation, which to me is a prize.
Way to go. That's a nice way to pat yourself on the back.
Well, it's a prize. It's a prize. So you will get your sports point in, and then we'll ask the next question, and here it is. Elliot saw Beyonce on Sunday night.
Lied about how long it was.
He did. I saw Metallica and Limp Bizkit on Friday night. Next question today. What is the best concert you've ever seen? Jack, do you want to lead us off? Best show you've ever been to?
Now, this might be the softest answer in the history of the next question.
Wow.
Okay.
But I am who I am, right? I saw the best guitarist of a generation.
Oh, you're going to say John Mayer.
When I saw John Mayer a couple years ago, I mean,
John
what a
Mayer?
concert. He played Gravity for like 6 minutes. It was absolutely beautiful. The best concert I've ever been to was John Mayer.
Wow.
I did see John Mayer at Madison Square Garden. He was good.
Yeah.
I would certainly not the best concert I've ever been to.
Well, haven't been to the same amount of concerts you've been to.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Ike, best concert you've ever been to for next question today?
Oh, man, I had a lot to choose from. I really did. I was trying to figure out which was my favorite, man. You know what I'm going to go with? Because it probably was a different type of concert. I'm going with Prince.
Oh, I never got to see Prince.
Yeah, I got to see Prince at the Wachovia Center.
Oh, man, I would have killed to see Prince. One of the big regrets because I've been to a billion concerts.
Yeah.
Never seen Prince really sucks.
And I never
for
seen
my
Mike.
concert resume.
I never got to see Michael.
Did I? No,
I
never
never
saw
got to see
Well, I
Michael.
saw Jackson 5.
There you go.
Yeah.
Then you saw Mike.
Yeah, then I saw Mike. I just didn't see a solo Mike show.
Mike,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll go with Prince. I'll go with Prince. The greatness of Prince. The fact he did this concert, right? They put him in the middle.
Yep, in the round.
Wachovia Center, yes, where he's surrounded by everybody.
Yep.
And of course it's purple.
Yep.
Because that's his thing. And man, to just hear him go through all his songs and then playing the guitar and everything, I was like, man, that's watching greatness. I'm watching my childhood here.
I regret now, you just bringing that up, having never seen Prince.
Yeah.
Metallica did In the Round at the Link, which was pretty crazy. It's the biggest stage I ever saw in my life.
They did it in the football stadium?
In the football stadium.
Wow.
Yeah, Friday night and Sunday night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is, so I've been to too many, and so I'm going with a combination of the best one I've ever seen, but the one that I'm happiest I was at. And that was when I was in high school. I saw Nirvana at the Armory, which is on the campus of Drexel, right down the street. Yeah. I saw Nirvana and the Breeders. The next year, I think, Kurt Cobain died. Wow. So, would have never gotten to see the show. But seeing that show, the fact that I got to see Nirvana, it was an awesome show. It was 30 years ago. I can only sort of remember the show. But the fact that I was there, I think, was important to me. I know I was there.
Yes.
All right, 215-592-9494.
I seen R. Kelly a couple times.
Oh, really? That didn't make
Nice.
it. You didn't pick that one as your list? You thought about it, though. I could tell by you bringing it up. Yep.
He brought a bed down. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yes, never mind.
I can only imagine. All right. Pro Football Focus has Jalen Hurts ranked 5th in their quarterback list, but first of the second tier. Is that a fair ranking? And next question today, what is the best concert you've ever been to?